Hey there, how is it going? Welcome to another series on Python in Learn with RK. Before I begin, I would kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Today's topic is going to be passing parameters to the function. Passing parameters to a function provides dynamic variability to a function. By including the parameters, we give function more functionality. There are no limits to the amount of variables or parameters that we can have in our function. However, the order of the variable matters. I've created a small Python script which is add.py, in which I'm passing two arguments, which is num1 and num2. This function will perform a very simple addition of two numbers. I'm storing the result in a variable answer. The type of these variable depends what are we going to pass. However, we have to ensure that even the type of the variables when we are doing the addition are same. For example, if I make this as a string, this is going to be an error here because in Python we cannot add a string with an integer. Now here I am passing these two variables, which is 3 and 5. These are known as the positional arguments, and therefore the order of the number does matter, because if I create another function here like 5 and 3. Now the value of num1 is going to be 5 and the value of num2 is going to be 3 here, and we can see that in the results when we can print it from here. So print num1, print num2. Right, let me execute this function first so that you actually get a better idea at what is happening here. So you can see that for the first one, the num1 is 3 and 5, and the result is 8. And for the second one, the value of num1 is 5, and the value of num2 is 3. However, the results are same because 5 plus 3 is always going to be the 8. And then we can also pass in with the different variables here. Whenever we are passing a positional argument, we have to ensure that we are passing all the values there. For example, if I don't pass in any of the variables, this is going to, the interpreter, it is going to throw an error message as it is expecting two positional arguments, which is not going to happen there. So we can see, let me execute this. So this function is missing two required positional arguments, num1 and num2. Even if I pass a single value, again it is going to throw an error message that it is expecting two positional argument, but we have provided only one. This is the idea behind the position argument. But if you don't want to provide at least one position argument, then we need to pass in a default variable, which is also known as a keyword arguments. This is how we define a keyword arguments in a function. I'm calling the function again. However, this time I'm passing on a default value to the variable or the parameter num2, which is equal to 4. When I will be adding it and when I would be invoking this function, I don't have to pass on this value of 4 here, because this time the keyword variable, it is already present inside the function, as you can see. But the important point to note here is that the keyword argument, it cannot precede the positional argument here. So this is going to throw an error message again. As you can see, non-default argument, it follows a default argument, so we cannot pass in that. So this is how we have to define a keyword argument. The keyword argument, it always has to precede a default argument. So we now, when I would be executing this, for the first scenario, the result is going to be 9, because the value of num1 is 5 and it is using this value of 4 and it is adding these two. However, we can also override the default variable. If I'm passing a value of 7 here, what is going to happen? This 7, it will override the value for the num2, and the operation would continue by using the values 5 and 7. That's it from my side, folks. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a nice day.